Hey, good morning everyone, and welcome to the PivotBoss pre-market video for Tuesday, October 30th, 2018. I am Frank Ochoa, aka PivotBoss. Quick update here. Please join me on Thursday, November 1st at 3:30 p.m. Central. I will be hosting another market outlook for the month of November. If you were joining us for the month of September and also the month of November, you were ahead of this likely move here. And again, that October one, we knew that we could get some significant selling pressure. This is the result right here. And the November market outlook, we'll be talking more about what to look for ahead. The short version right now of what we're looking at the moment is that the current bounce is likely going to be another selling opportunity. To start the day with strength like this, even in overnight trading like that, is a recipe for another round of weakness. You can see a failed new high here. That led to selling pressure yesterday. We're not quite down to the lower edge of this range yet. If you poll money managers right now, they're not ready to put money back to work at the moment. Not defending, not adding. They're looking for candidates that after this move is done they can buy, but at the moment they're not ready. And they're not ready because this level hasn't been hit. And so what a market has to do is it has to auction lower to entice buyers to step in. And this is the level where buyers will be enticed. Not necessarily 2529 or 2500, but breaking through that zone, finding rejection, and then reclaiming that level will then lead to a high probability bounce back to 2703 right here, within a shot to return back toward highs as high as 3,000. So again, it could be a significant buying opportunity, but we're not there yet right now. So at the moment, what we're looking for is how is price going to respond today in the short term. You can see right here, 2560, 2570. That zone, if price can't get above it, it was prior support here, turn resistance now. We could be looking at a push downward ahead today. It could get down there to new lows, again below 2600. So this could be a very, very bearish zone here for the ES. If you take a look now at the NQ, very similar story. Again, very bearish overall. We have bounced, and right now we are testing 6800 from below, and that's a recipe for being sold again. That's just like what we talked about yesterday. If we reject 7K, we're likely dropping, failed new high. Over here, we're retesting yesterday's midpoint and starting to show a bit of tail at the upper end of the candle at 6800. Again, another potential selling opportunity ahead. And this is an opportunity to continue to have short exposure and reduce or get rid of long exposure at the moment. This market again has until about 6200 before it has a great buying opportunity. That's the buying opportunity I've been mentioning all year that was still likely to be hit at some point. And what we've seen so far is a failed new high. We talked about the rejection at 700 and how it could lead to a move downward. And we also have now wiped out the entire rally after this coil up in May that led to the whole push towards 7,800. We have wiped it all out with the move yesterday, and we may continue lower until we wipe out the year's lows. So again, this is not showing signs of strength at the moment. 6,800 is an area to be sold, and until we can reclaim prices, I mean really back above 7K, 70.50, this thing is still pushing downward until we find that strong low. All right, let's take a look now at crude oil. Now, crude oil is on the verge of expansion. I mentioned before that I believe that we were likely to see an upside break at some point. It may not be easy. Sometimes it does this, sometimes it's easy. But now we have formed a 4-day range that is so narrow that we could be looking at expansion right now one way or another. And if it's to the downside, then we could see a two-handle drop easily from current levels, from 66.30s to 64.30s easily today. If this takes out 66.30, we have multiple day lows there. We're seeing a rejection at yesterday's midpoint and a rejection above 6,700. This could be a major selling opportunity for a push downward. At some point, if we were to break back above 6,800, that can open up the upside. But for right now, still searching for a strong low. And if we break this to the downside, you could measure from that high to the current move, and again, you could get an easy stop run day measurement down from that. Again, watch 6630. It could be a big sizable breakout day here if that level is violated. If we take a look now at gold futures, you can notice here that in gold we've had quite a pullback over the last few days. I mentioned before that 1240 was a big level, and that it would even be best if price were to pull back a bit to give it a little juice and then go. This 1216 level is the midpoint of the current month's range. It's still not set in stone just yet, but again, another 2 days of trading and that'll be done. And if we can hold that level here early next week, then I think gold can get a big push higher ahead. Remember, that could be the ideal entry scenario. 1216 to 1287 could be the play for next month if it can hold that zone. Right now, testing 1220. So really, it's the 1220 to 1216 zone is the best area of support. Right now, that's showing a little bit of support, not strong rejection just yet. But again, can gold hold for a continuation higher? That's the zone to watch early next month. Lastly, let's take a look at RTY. If you look at RTY, this one, after giving up 1620, gave it up big time, and that was the top of the key range, and we're almost to the bottom of that key range, which is around 1410s. So right now we're trading 1485. We still have 1410s. That's about a plus 75 points from where we currently are. I think this has a good plus 75 to the downside that could be ahead. Additionally, if you look at this here, what you'll notice is that we are retesting the midpoint area of yesterday's range. Again, there was a rejection of 2-day highs, a drop down. Here is a retest of yesterday's midpoint and the 1490 level. If price cannot find acceptance above 1490, 1492 today, again, this is the ideal area to sell it. And it could sit there for a day or two, but after that, it could be a major drop from here on out. It could be today, or it could be over the next couple of days, but this is the area that you'd like to be in if you want to defend as a bear. Whether it's RTY or IWM, again, this is a great opportunity. Each of these are gearing up for another leg down. Really, this one needs to start popping back above the 1520s in order to have a significant bounce effort. And right now, doesn't look like that's the case, but anything can happen. Always keep that in mind. All right, that is it for now. Please join me Thursday, November 1st at 3:30 p.m. Central for the PivotBoss monthly market outlook for November 2018. Our October monthly outlook was right on the money. We'll see what we have in store here for November. Please join me. All right, everyone, have a fantastic rest of your day. Trade well, and I'll see you in the trading room.